Based on my 30 years of experience in clinical research and teaching, mostly at Johns Hopkins and Harvard Medical School, I have put together a 12-week brain fitness program. I have provided this brain training program for patients with attention deficit disorder, for patients with persistent concussion symptoms, or those with age-associated memory loss. And more than 80% of our patients improve with this program. I'm so proud of the program I've created, and I would like to provide it for everyone, including you. One of the main components of our program is to establish each patient's brain health score. I'm going to help you understand what a brain health score is and let you do it for yourself. Brain health score consists of 10 questions, and each of them scored from 1 to 5. If you have a score of 40 or more, you're in good shape. Your brain is going to be healthy for now and in the future. And if your score is below 15 or 20, you need a lot of work. The good news is that improving your brain health score is actually easy, and you can do it within 12 weeks. And as I said, this program has provided incredible results for people who improve their brain health score, and you can do it too. It's a lot easier than you think. All right, the first question that I'd like you to answer is, how much do you exercise? The goal is to exercise about 3 hours a week. So if you exercise that much, you give yourself 5. If your couch potato is 1, and in between, you get a score in between. Diet is very important for a healthier brain. I recommend a Mediterranean diet. If you follow a healthy Mediterranean diet every day, give yourself a 5. If you eat junk food every day and hardly ever eat fruits and vegetables, give yourself a 1. And of course, anything in between, give yourself a score from 2 to 4. Now, you're the one who decides on the scores, and since you'll be the same person who will score next week and the week after, it doesn't matter exactly whether it's 3 or 4, because you're the judge, so use the same judgment every week. Now, portion size is important. If you have big, huge portions and you feel like you need to eat 2-3 plates until you're full, give yourself a 1. But if you're reasonable in what you eat, and you have small portions and you eat only 3 times a day, not 5 or 6 times a day, then give yourself a 5. I think you should eat enough so that you feel satiated, but without feeling really full. Omega-3 fatty acids are the most important ingredients for building a stronger brain. I don't recommend too many vitamins, but this is the one vitamin I recommend to everyone, and I actually take it myself and recommend it for my own family members. I recommend taking omega-3 fatty acids that include DHA and EPA at a dose of 1,000 milligrams per day. So if you're doing that every day, give yourself a 5. If you're not taking anything at all, any omega-3 fatty acid supplements, give yourself 1. If you take it only 1 or 2 days a week, give yourself 2, and so forth. Now, your state of mind really determines how healthy your brain is. It's interesting that your brain is what determines your state of mind, but then your state of mind determines the health and fitness of your brain. But you have control on where your mind is. If you stay calm and relaxed despite the stresses of your day all the time, give yourself a 5. Good job. If you're someone who stresses out easily over every minor detail, every minor thing gets stressed out, you need a 1. But if you're reasonable and sometimes get stressed out if you miss a bus or if something bad happens at work or at home, give yourself a 3, and then any score in between based on how easily you get stressed out. Meditation is one of the most wonderful things for your brain. Meditation increases levels of BDNF in the brain, increases blood flow in the brain, reduces cortisol, and overall is one of the best things you could do for yourself. I recommend 10 or 15 minutes of meditation every day of the week. If you do that every day a week, or at least 5 days a week, give yourself a 5. If you never do it, give yourself a 1, and anywhere in between, a score of 2 to 4. Now, it's also important that you have a positive attitude. You decide how to look at the world. If you are a person who thinks nothing's going to work, you worry about every little detail, unfortunately, you need a 1. But if you're optimistic, if you think things will work out, give yourself a 5. That state of mind, that your attitude toward how things will happen on a daily basis is really important for how healthy your brain is and how healthy your brain will be in the future. Another important factor, and one of the most important things for your brain, is 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. So if you're a person who sleeps well every night, great. I'm so happy for you. Give yourself a 5. If you're someone who has difficulty falling asleep or struggles to stay asleep, you get a 1. I have a separate video on how you can improve your sleep, and I recommend you watch that if you do have concerns about your sleep. But for now, give yourself a score 1 to 5 based on how well you sleep every week. Another important factor for your brain health has to do with how organized you are. If you wake up in the morning and you write a list of things for yourself to do, and you make the priority of the 3 things that must happen that day, and then you go through your day and get those 3 things done, and you get more things done as you have time, great, you're organized, you're in charge of things, you're not overwhelmed with your responsibilities. You get a 5 when you're well organized. Unfortunately, if you're always running around, you're always late, you're always behind, you always have more things that you can take care of, you get a 1. So again, give yourself a 1 to 5 and try your best to stay organized. Finally, it's important that you engage your brain and you challenge your brain. If you do brain exercises every day, or if you're interested in challenging yourself, give yourself a 5. But if you avoid things that require thinking, and you avoid things that require challenging your mind, you get a 1. So do this for yourself. Take a minute, give answers to these 10 questions, and see if your score is 40 or higher. If you're in that category, you're in good shape. You don't need to do anything different. You can always improve your scores by in good shape. But if you're not, repeat this brain health score every week for 12 weeks and set a goal to reach 40 or higher. Good luck.